Hello, I'm Hanna Howard, a research analyst focused on media and broadcasting here at Gabelli Funds. Today, I will be providing an update on the outlook for U.S. political advertising spending for the upcoming 2024 presidential election cycle, which is expected to be another very robust one. As a reminder and for some background, the majority of political advertising in the U.S. occurs in even calendar years corresponding to major elections, with presidential cycles typically generating higher political ad revenues than midterms. Additionally, while core advertising is highly volatile during recessionary periods, politicians and PACs are generally well-financed. So in contrast to core or non-political advertising, which has been under pressure due to the macro environment and economic uncertainty more recently, political ad dollars are still expected to potentially reach record levels again in 2024. Back in September, Ad Impact released its forecast for the upcoming U.S. election cycle. And as we previously discussed, it is expected to be the most expensive of all time, with roughly $10.2 billion in political expenditures across broadcast, cable, radio, satellite, digital, and connected TV. This would represent a 13% increase over the previous record of $9.02 billion set during the 2019-2020 cycle. If current polls are to be believed, American voters are likely to be looking at a rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, driving another cycle of bitter and polarized politics. Presidential spending is projected to reach $2.7 billion this cycle. In addition, Senate spending, projected at $2.1 billion, and House spending, projected at $1.7 billion, will be driven by very thin margins in both chambers, as both parties contend for control of Congress. However, the area projected to see the most spending is what we call down ballot, which includes all political spending that is not presidential, House, Senate, or gubernatorial. This category is expected to see $3.3 billion in the upcoming cycle. Since these forecasts were released, many of the companies with exposure to these political advertising dollars have also provided commentary around their expectations for the election cycle during their third quarter earnings calls. Most, if not all, are anticipating record spending next year at or above Ad Impact's forecasts. Nexstar's management told investors the company is highly optimistic about growth in political advertising and that it is extraordinarily well-positioned to take share in dollars both locally and nationally. There are no changes to our view of who will benefit most from the significant windfall in political ad dollars anticipated in 2024. Local TV stations are uniquely positioned for political advertising given the regional nature of their signals. So while digital continues to take share of the total U.S. advertising market, broadcast continues to be the dominant media type in political advertising, and it is still projected to capture over 50% of total 2024 cycle spending at over $5 billion. Competitive races typically generate the most political advertising revenue, and accordingly, TV stations reaching markets with those close races should outperform. So to summarize, with a Biden-Trump rematch looking likely about a year before the election, fiercely contested Senate campaigns in high-priced markets like California, Arizona, and Pennsylvania, among others, and a surge in down-ballot spending, 2024 is looking to be another strong presidential election cycle. And we expect the local broadcasters to be primary beneficiaries. The large political advertising dollars anticipated next year are coming amid an otherwise soft advertising market, more challenged linear ratings, the shift to streaming, and a shortage of new content due to the recently resolved Hollywood strikes. Accordingly, this should help mitigate the challenges impacting the group more recently. Thanks.